I've got so many questions about this. You wrote about it in your note about Macron. First off, why is Emmanuel Macron, the French president, the one delivering this message that he actually got wrong? By the way, what is Macron's role? When did he become the oil whisperer?
Well, I mean, think about French President Macron. He was also sort of the Putin whisperer in the run-up to the Russian invasion. Remember, he was always saying that Russians aren't going to invade. I mean, I think he had this, what he thought was a hot tip from, Prince Mohammed bin Zayed, essentially saying, look, there's very little spare capacity out there. That is not something that is unknown in the market. But the numbers he suggested, essentially that there was 150,000 barrels left in OPEC, that was sort of a shocker number. Now, we look at it and say, yes, there really is not a lot of spare capacity. We think if you look at April 2020, when you had the shock and awe, price war between the Saudis and the Russians, if you look at that number, you could say potentially, yes, we think the Saudis could maybe do an extra million fairly quickly. But beyond that, Barkindo, the OPEC Secretary General, the outgoing Secretary General, at our energy conference said globally, there's probably 2.5 million barrels a day of spare capacity. So there's simply not a lot of additional barrels out there to deal with any additional supply disruptions. And as we're heading into the European sanctions on Russian oil.
And they say that, by the way, the OPEC annual bulletin is out today, but it made me OPEC meeting sick, Helima, because Macron reminded me of one of the OPEC reporters running up and whispering that Angola's going to raise production, and everybody freaks out. Anyway, that said, listen, Macron has also been the guy saying we need more Iranian barrels and we need more Venezuelan barrels. So this might have been a strategy with that. But do you think he was also kind of nudging President Biden, saying, if you want more barrels, Mr. President, it might have to come from you, from America?
Well, I think Macron is really trying to push the issue on the Iranian nuclear agreement. And right now, those talks are set to resume, but it's actually the Iranians who are holding things up. They're demanding that the Revolutionary Guard be taken off the State Department's foreign terrorist list. They want permanent sanctions relief. So the question is, can Emmanuel Macron get the Iranians to change their bargaining position and get them to roll back their recent nuclear advances and, frankly, reconnect the cameras in their nuclear facilities? So, again, I think there's some big issues that need to be resolved before we can get those Iranian barrels back. And there's the issue of Libya. Libyan production continues to fall. And again, the French have some influence in that situation. That might be a better avenue for French influence.
And Ecuador, a former OPEC member, small but meaningful in this market, everything's meaningful, may go offline. Let's bring in Ben Emmons. Ben, you're listening to this, and you've noted that there are many commodities, and let's be honest about inflation. Many commodities have come down in price the last few weeks. A lot of the metals have started to roll over. A lot of the agricultural commodities have started to roll over. So that's a positive sign. But as long as oil and natural gas, and gas has come down, but it's still elevated, as long as they remain high, how is that going to impact the equity market?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I think that it continues to be the positive element, though. If you take the two, agricultural and metals and so forth, yes, it could affect headline CPI, and that could then therefore translate to interest rate expectations moderating over time. The energy side, however, as my colleagues just described, as my colleague Anamita Sen has done an analysis on it, the fundamentals are so tight, right, that there is very little scope for a major sell-off there. And if you then look at big oil, the free cash flow on these major companies are 10 to 15% compared to the S&P free cash flow yield. That's 4%. So you see the major fundamental value there, I think, in those companies. So I think if you think about investment implications, agricultural may be moderating, fears a recession, but these big energy companies, as they've sold off for the last few weeks, are actually starting to become again valuable as energy, as you said, is not really going to go down that much.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.